Hi, I'm Dan Raywood. Welcome to IT Security Guru. Now, it's been a couple of weeks now since we first learned about the Sony Pictures story. The last time we reported on it, we detailed a big attack which of course hit 47,000 employees. Their details were released. That's probably not the total amount of Sony Pictures staff, but pretty much all staff were told don't come back to work, don't disconnect, don't connect to the Wi-Fi, don't connect to the network, so go actually pen and paper, go back to a proper old school way of working. Since then, it's all come about attribution and the details that have been released. If you look at IT Security Guru today, Monday the 8th of December, you'll see that Deloitte has been tied into this now because someone who worked for Sony Pictures on behalf of Deloitte was tied up in that. So that then more details have been released. It's coming up a real big mess of Sony Pictures. Now my Twitter homepage is all pretty much crazy with talk about North Korea, the sort of, what should we call it, shadow state, unknown state in Asia, which apparently some people are saying is behind this, of course, because of a film called The Interview starring Seth Rogen and James Franco, which due to come out on December the 25th, so that is just over 2 weeks away till Christmas Day. And actually, are we actually going to be facing 2 more weeks of news? Is that going to be a bigger story on Christmas Day? Well, I'm on holiday, but we will obviously keep you abreast here on IT Security Guru of what is going on. Now, the big stories from today are that not only was the attack conducted, this was according to Bloomberg, from a hotel in Bangkok, very interesting development there, but also that Princess Beatrice was tied up, the somewhere into the throne granddaughter of the Queen, worked for Sony Pictures for a salary of £19,500. This was according to Forbes. Now, you know, this is getting very difficult because that lady's details were among the breach details. You probably find out where she lives pretty easily, but in general, and now she's tied up with people like Sylvester Stallone and of course Seth Rogen, who is in the film. So it's become a huge, big problem for Sony Pictures, and I'm not sure how they're dealing with it. The National Defense Commission of North Korea called it a false rumour. They rejected their involvement with the attacks, but said it was righteous that such a deed was taken out. Very interesting kind of attribution has been pointed at them. We were waiting through last week for a proper statement to say yes we do, no we don't, but how do you actually say yeah this is definitely from North Korea? It's a tricky situation because not many people have got a very outward looking, obviously there's no outward looking sort of tactic from North Korea. So a lot of people in South Korea, but there are people who are loyal to North Korea, not only in sort of bordering nations, but around the world. People think that the way they work and the way they operate is probably quite a right thing. And actually, someone will say, actually, this film is almost offending the nation of North Korea, so we're going to defend that in such a way that people are thinking like that, and that's the way people work. But in terms of the interview, there is a real problem here, and North Korea are actually facing this kind of challenges, and they're coming out and saying, well, it was right, it wasn't us, but it was right, so who the hell did do it? One of the things about North Korea we do know is they have a big problem with power outages. Some documentaries shown by the BBC in recent years show that this is a real problem for national grid. It's not there really is one. If you look on the internet at pictures of the kind of light maps, you'll see a big dark section which is North Korea. It's at the middle, but that is the capital, Pyongyang. Now, in terms of attribution further, Mandiant, of course, were called in. They didn't talk about it so much before, but they are talking about it now. And I suppose did say that the scope of the attack differs from any that they have seen before in the past, and as its purpose was to both destroy property and data that was collected and release confidential information to the public. Very tricky situation. I think this could go on and on. I think we're going to see more information released on people. I think we're going to see more calls for attribution. I think more things are going to be pointed at North Korea. It's very much the case how they continue to deal with that as a PR exercise almost. So as I said, this has been a big story from the last week, and here we are on the 8th of December, the interview comes out the 25th, that gives us 17 days. I think we're going to see more this week on the story, because that's one of the reasons I'm doing this now, rather than every day we could have given you an update. There is so much going on, this is a real spiraling story, but some great points out there about attribution, really about how a story unfolds in information security. So do keep an eye on us, we'll keep writing up the stories as we see them. So for IT Security Guru, I'm Dan Raywood.